Well, there's a new Tron movie that's out, and I thought, why not talk about all three of them with my only friend who likes Tron. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Ryan, resident Tron fan. I am a Tron mega fan of all three of the movies. I checked out Legacy for the first time about 3 years ago after a good friend of mine had recently seen it and recommended it. Of course, I'd heard of it over the years, and I watched it and I just fell in love. And then afterwards went back and watched the original. I watched the TV show, and then eventually played a bunch of the video games, and now saw the new movie, and I'm so excited to talk about it.
Yes, and again, this is my only friend who likes Tron. I don't know anyone else. No one else who likes Tron as much as he does. So let's get right into it. So Tron from 1982. Ryan, in the best way, can you sum up the plot of a movie that people consider to be boring or convoluted?
Yes. The long story short is a legendary top-tier programmer, Kevin Flynn, who developed some of the best selling video games of all time, which were then stolen from him by another guy, Ed Dillinger, gets transported by this evil computer AI, the Master Control Program, into this digital world, the Grid, in which Kevin Flynn teams up with another program, Tron, who was created to fight for the users, the humans, if you will, that use the computers, to rid the Grid of the evil MCP, Master Control Program.
I think that's well put. For a movie that people say is confusing?
Yeah, it definitely takes maybe a 2 or 3, maybe a second, third rewatch to get the full scope.
Yeah, because this was my first time watching the whole thing. I tried watching it about 7 years ago. I didn't. Okay, so I didn't stop watching it because it was boring. I think from what I was seeing, I was intrigued, but I never continued it because I kind of was watching it illegally back then. But this time I watched it legal on Disney Plus.
Hell yeah!
Now this, I think the best way to say what this was, it was Disney's second attempt to make like a Star Wars blockbuster. They tried with the Black Hole, and failed. I think.
Yep.
Well, we'll get into how like Tron did commercially, but the Black Hole I think still did worse.
Oh yeah,
than,
infinitely worse.
Which unlike how Tron actually has like sequels that connects back to it.
And Tron made somewhat of a profit.
Yeah, but the Black Hole is probably never getting a sequel.
Oh, never.
But I think there's like rumblings that they're gonna do like a remake of some kind. The Black Hole.
I don't know, man.
They've also been saying that they're gonna do like another Rocketeer.
I'd be down for that, Loki.
But it's gonna be the Rocketeers. That's what I heard.
Interesting.
To be honest, I heard that news like a long time ago, so it might not happen. But this was directed by Steven Leisberger, who's gone on to like produce the sequels. I don't know how much involved he was in both of them, but I know he has a cameo in Legacy.
Yes.
But the thing about him is that he was just an animator. Like he had an animation company,
yes.
Right? Because Tron started out as like Steven had like a whole thing planned out. Like his company had a whole thing for like the 1980 Olympics, and then that all got canceled because the U.S. withdrew.
Yeah.
Which, funny enough, Disney ended up making a movie related to that. Miracle.
Yep.
A movie that people probably love more than Tron. Miracle. I remember they put that on like a bus ride from back from Philly. They played Miracle, and I decided to fall asleep.
That's still one I gotta watch. I know I've heard good things. I know some of my family, they enjoy it. I haven't seen it yet. One day.
Also, to just quickly go over other films he made. Okay, so I'm just looking at Letterboxd. He made a film called Slipstream with Mark Hamill and Bill Paxton. Oh wait, Robbie Coltrane's in it. Ben Kingsley.
Damn, they just got everybody in this movie.
F. Murray Abraham. Yeah, a movie called Hot Pursuit. John Cusack, Robert Is it Robert Lagoya? I don't know. That's the general from Independence Day.
Yes.
And then Frank Costanza.
There you
go. Yeah, he hasn't directed a lot of. It's those three movies and then like some animated shorts he's worked on.
Yeah, no, he's less of a director and more of a brilliant creative mind, more so.
Yeah, I guess that's best to say. Okay, so this is like, I want to say the first movie about like video games or like electronics.
Pretty much. It was inspired by Pong, and there was nothing like it when it came out, both in terms of concept and visuals, which I'm sure we'll get into later.
Yeah, because I just want to quickly. So yeah, it's this film. I want to go over some other ones quickly. There's War Games with Matthew Broderick, which, like Tron, got to get a sequel years later.
Yep.
But nobody cares about War Games 2, unlike Tron Legacy. There's a film called Cloak and Dagger that stars Henry Thomas. I've never seen that.
Not Marvel Cloak and Dagger.
Oh yeah. There's The Last Starfighter, which I saw recently this summer, which was pretty good. It was like about a kid plays a video game on Earth, which is technically like connected to this like space race that's in a war.
Oh, that's just an average Tuesday for me.
The last fight, and then lastly, there's The Wizard, which was just a big ad campaign for Nintendo for like Mario 3, and then like the Power Glove.
What?
You ever heard of The Wizard?
No.
It stars like Christian.
What peak am I missing out on?
This is. It's like it stars like Christian Slater, Fred Savage.
Oh, I'm gonna watch this tonight.
It's like it's from like it's like a late '80s movie. It was an ad for Nintendo products.
I'm watching this when I go home.
Fred Savage's brother is like a video game prodigy.
Famous Deadpool character, Fred Savage.
Oh yeah, I think it's literally from. Now thinking in my head, it's basically Rain Man, but Rain Man's only good at playing video games. Because that's what they do. They go on a road trip, and I think he makes money by making bets on like playing video games.
This sounds incredible. I need to see this.
Oh yeah. It's not just a Nintendo advertisement. It's also an advertisement for Universal Studios. Because I think there's a scene where they're on
foreshadowing.
There's a scene on the King Kong ride.
Oh my god!
Like the
Epic Universe foreshadowing. That's crazy.
And then obviously after they started making video game movies with the classic Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yep.
The classic film.
The incredible, legendary 10 out of 10 movie.
Monkey!
We're eventually I'm gonna talk about it on this channel when the second one comes out. And also like watching this movie, it made me think of like how like other movies from the 80s like that are about like that think they know what computers are, or like they're just like honing in on the idea of like, oh, computers are this new thing. And I was mainly thinking of Superman 3, which is like about like Superman fighting computers and how like it kind of like makes him go bad.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that, but it's not so over the top with its like computer stuff. It feels,
I guess,
pretty grounded.
Yeah.
But we should go over the amazing cast. It stars Jeff Bridges, who at the time, he was in the Dude. But before this, he was in the King Kong remake. And then he was, recently I saw like one of his earliest films, The Last Picture Show, and it's one of the most depressing films you'll ever watch.
I'm also going to watch this tonight. Double feature.
Yeah, Last Picture Show. Great movie, but it's just you're gonna be left like, whoa. Then there's Bruce Boxleitner as Tron, because as you said before, Tron is a character,
yes,
not a world.
Yes. Crew behind Tron Ares.
Oh yeah. Just looking quickly at like what he's done. From what I see, he's in Babylon 5. I've never watched Babylon 5, but he's in a movie called Cuffs with Christian Slater and Emilia Jovovich. And then he's in the famous film Gods and Generals.
Do I dare ask what this is?
Oh no, this is like a very controversial Civil War movie that's like kind of pro-Confederate.
What?
Yeah, this is
Triple feature tonight.
Stephen Lang, Jeff. Yeah, it's a big cast they got.
Oh damn!
They got Soul Man in there.
They got everybody in here.
Oh, they got the Rocketeer, Billy Campbell.
Oh hell yeah!
Uh,
Fun fact about Bruce Boxleitner: he has voiced, aside from playing Tron in the movies, he voiced Tron in the animated TV show Tron Uprising, in every video game, Tron video game, and in Kingdom Hearts.
Because he's probably cheap.
Well, yes, and he also loves the fan base and the character.
But he didn't come back. Well, okay, we'll get it to eventually.
He wasn't reached out to.
Eventually. All right, we'll get back to eventually. But Bruce Black, yeah, he's in the movie. Playing like two different characters, and he's pretty good in both. And then the girl from Caddyshack is in there.
Yes.
What's her name again?
Yori.
Okay, Yori. She's good. Good. Does what she does. And then I should have made this bigger for my eyes. Then lastly, to mention, you got David Warner as the evil Edward Dillinger.
Yes.
And then I forgot what his name is in the
Sark.
Okay, Sark. And I thought I couldn't tell if he was the voice of the Master Control. I think that's someone else.
No, that's a different person. The guy who, for context in the world of Tron, programs who are created by users, the programmers, always resemble the likeness, both look and somewhat personality-wise, of their creator. So, for example, Flynn's program, who we see early in the movie Clue, is played by Jeff Bridges. Bruce Boxleitner's Tron, who's in the movie, is created by Alan Bradley, is also played by Boxleitner, so on and so forth.
And the girl from Caddyshack is Yuri.
Yes.
They definitely didn't do this just so they can do the Wizard of Oz thing.
Oh, definitely not.
That's what it. Definitely not what it is. But I love David Warner. I don't know if you know David Warner well.
Not super well.
All right, so I think his most famous role is Titanic.
Yes.
Also, as you're explaining the plot about how Edward Dillinger stole his plans, I wanted to like sneak a Titanic reference in there. He slips the thing in Jack's pocket, so I thought I was gonna like I was trying to like think how can I work that in there. That's who he is. He's kind of like he was Billy Zane's henchman in Titanic.
Yep.
He's not Baxter Stockman in Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze. And famously, he was going to play Freddy Krueger.
Yes. Loki would have loved to see him even just for one movie.
There is like photos of him as Freddy Krueger, like in the makeup.
Oh no, I've seen the photos. I'm saying like I would have loved to see him play the role.
Yeah, but overall, there's a lot that he's done. But like the two that come to mind are both, TMNT and then Titanic.
Yeah.
He's also famously like he's in like 2 Star Trek movies playing different characters.
Yes.
There's that, but people have already said that before. So for a movie that people kind of like to look down upon because they think the effects don't hold up and that the plot is like not interesting, but screw all those people because I still think like the plot was very intriguing. I love being in this world.
Oh, same. Because
like when you think about like the movies that are out right now, it's like this was like the most unique thing ever. Oh,
especially if you look into all the behind the scenes of the movies, how every single frame in the grid had to be rotoscoped on multiple levels. The amount of... And they've never done... no other movie has ever done that since. It was the only movie to ever do it. And considering when it came out, it is incredible. Obviously, the effects have not necessarily aged super well, but when you look at it for the time,
it's impressive.
There was nothing like it. In fact, it was disqualified for the Oscars quite famously because apparently using computers was cheating, which is really funny considering how now the Best Visual Effects Award is who has the best CGI.
Yeah.
Computer effects.
It also makes me think of how the third film's composers, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, I think when they made The Social Network, even the Oscars were debating if they would consider like electronic music count. And also recently we had Richard Linklater's Apollo 10.5 get rejected. Did you hear about that?
I did hear about that actually.
Yeah, that's like that's like reminding me of that. But yeah, I really did enjoy Tron. Yeah, I think the characters are kind of interesting. What they do,
oh, absolutely.
The Wizard of Oz angle. I love David Warner in this as the bad guy.
Oh, he's great. I
love David Warner. I mean, I do like Jeff Bridges, but I never really I don't like Jeff Bridges that much. Like no, I'm not saying he's overrated. I just don't like.
Oh man.
The thing about Jeff Bridges, if I had to pick him or Kurt Russell, I'm picking Kurt Russell. Because they kind of have like this.
Yeah, fine.
They kind of have like the same thing going for them.
Yeah.
In terms of style.
Sometimes.
To me, overall, I Jeff Bridges is the dude, and that's like the only role that I really really love him in, because he really just he fit that in.
Big Lebowski.
Yeah, that's what he really fits.
Yeah, to me, he's always Kevin Flynn, but
yeah,
I get it. He is, especially if you see Legacy, He really, for me, cements himself there. But we'll get into Legacy.
Yeah, we'll eventually get to Legacy and how his career was at this point. But Tron, yeah, so it's hard to say if this movie really did bad because it made $50 million over a $17 million budget.
It was a moderate success for the time.
But Disney didn't consider it to be.
Mainly because if you look up the year it came out.
Yes.
It was one of the most stacked years in film history.
Yes. Well, it was stacked, but overall, E.T. was the big monopoly of that year. Yes. That's what everyone was just seeing back and forth. And I do have it here. 1982 was a pretty monumental year. Just look as I'm looking through. So yeah, you had E.T. was the biggest one that made the most money that year. Actually, I think it outgrows Star Wars. It's the highest grossing movie.
Interesting.
You had Blade Runner, which I always think of Tron and Blade Runner together because they both kind of got stomped over by E.T.
Yeah.
And they're both very geeky, nerdy sci-fi
very
films.
big cult classic.
That would later
films.
get their own sequels that didn't do as well, but they all have a cult following.
Are still very loved by a lot of people.
John Carpenter's The Thing, which, in my opinion, those effects should have won the Oscar.
Yeah.
Poltergeist, First Blood, which is really great, Rocky 3, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Halloween 3, no one liked that one at the time. I had Conan the Barbarian, which was pretty good. And then you got Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, which, to be honest, is probably my favorite of the science fiction films that year. But my favorite movie of 1982 is hands down King of Comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know what your favorite is. Would you say Tron is, or?
I might be a little biased, yeah. Probably Tron, but there's so many good movies that I feel I could very easily change my answer.
Yeah, because I also love Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That's another great movie.
Yeah,
Airplane 2, and then Grease 2.
Yeah, there were so many movies that became both general classics and cult classics from that year.
You had Piranha 2: The Spawning.
Oh yes, that obviously the most important movie that year.
James Cameron knocking out of the park.
Yep. 10 out of 10, best movie you've ever seen. Go watch it after this because you're missing out on the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I enjoy.
Don't look at the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Actually, it's the highest out of all three Tron movies. It's the highest.
Never mind. Don't look at that Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it as for what it really is.